Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of August 16th, 2024. Or that's where she's questioning her bomb drop, actually. It's one of the questions that she has. And a date of marriage of 1991. She has a vanisher. Not really sure that that's actually what she has, but she has probably a distant contactor as of right now. And she is not familiar with energy types. She says, my husband told me on February 17th. So she was saying bomb drop, wondering if bomb drop is August 2024. But she's saying February 17th, they met somebody at work. He met up with her because he needed someone to talk to. And he told me that they kissed, but that was it. I told him that I can't be who he wants, but he said, you are. Oh, date of marriage. Did I say date of marriage? I said date of marriage of 1991. Okay, yes, I did. Oh, I'd looked at a different one earlier and thought it was a different year. Okay. He said, I can't be who you are. And he said, but you are. We started working on our marriage by going out to dinner and going on trips to the beach and spending more time together. But in May of 2024, so mid-February to May, and this video goes out exactly 1 year from that initial date of February. So mid-February to May of 2024, he started withdrawing and stopped being intimate. I found out that he never stopped talking to the woman at work, and I saw his truck at her house on August 5th. We had a big argument, and on August 16th, which is what she was wondering if it was bomb drop, he moved out. And he got an apartment. So I'm going to tell you that's not bomb drop because you knew about things beforehand. So it wasn't a bomb that you feel, things kind of were exploding, but you had a discussion about her on August 5th. So that would have been a bomb also. And you had to talk about her on February 17th as well. Although then you weren't sure, but you made changes from then. Okay. You used February to make changes. Okay. So let's go on. So he has now moved out August 16th. He got an apartment. We have not had very much contact other than for bills. So that's why he's not a vanisher. Because from August until now, that is 6 months. Okay. 6 months exactly plus 1 day right now. And so you've had some contact for bills. I get that. Oh, it's not that much, but it is. It's still contact. Okay. So that's why I'm saying distant contactor. Okay. Not rather, maybe an off and on. So he filed for divorce and I was served on September 17th. So a month later, you were served. That is very fast and it is unusual to be served that fast, to even have the filing that fast. I'll give you that from the move out date. Okay. He hasn't talked to, you say his grown children much, but I'm going to say our grown children much, right? Because you're married in 1991. I would assume that they're your both, or did he have grown children before that? Could be. Okay. He would tell me stuff like, someone told me you don't play second to anyone. So that's, again, you've had conversation. And someone told me you don't play second to anyone. He's been married to you for quite a while. I think he'd know. He had us listen to a Chris Stapleton song, I Think I Am Falling in Love. Would bomb drop be when he came home and told me about kissing her in February? Or would it be in August when he moved out? And we've talked about that. It is definitely not August because you already had a warning. At least August 5th. And you'd had a warning before that. And with many of us, our bomb drop initiates things becoming worse. For you, the bomb drop initiate him trying to either make it better, could have, or trying to take it underground and make you think he was making it better, so you thought it was getting better. For many of us, we know it's not getting better because it just really does get worse, and they now know they can say, I hate you now, and they start complaining more. But I would still put your bomb drop at February, okay? It could be a little bit different in that those months don't have the same speed of change that they will in those of us who had a bomb drop and it was an immediate going from we just had a trip and everything was great and we love each other to I can hate you now and I don't love you and rewriting of history and everything. Because sometimes it flips the very next day, really. And we are in complete shock. It was more gradual. You had these suspicions because May, you are now note, he started withdrawing. So you have had suspicions. So it's not a bomb drop. I know it feels like it. I know I get that part, but it's not a bomb drop in the way we look at it on August 16th. And I'm not trying to minimize the shock of that, but compared to others, you had more warnings. Okay. So is this an exit affair or a midlife crisis affair? No, I would not say this is an exit affair either. I mean, first thing, but what I am going to have you do is I will try and remember to put a link to the exit affair article I have. And you can look at that article. And I would recommend you go read other articles on an exit affair so that you could really compare them. Because I can just tell you, no, I don't think so. It doesn't look like an exit affair to me. An exit affair is this woman is meaningless. And he is using her as a vehicle to get out. And there would have been more systemic problems probably going on. And he would have needed an excuse. And he is not going to work on it ever. And some don't anyway. MLCers, that could still be MLC. And I'm sure you could have MLC or use an exit affair. But an MLCer is different. So what I want you to do instead is take the MLC quiz, which is always in the description that I put below the FAQs. Okay. So, but I will still try to remember also to link that reference, the exit or MLC affair article that I have, because I want you to compare those two. Because all I can say is, no, it does not look like that. An exit affair, it can tip over to something real, but really they're just using that person. Whether they realize it or not, they are using that person as a vehicle to escape the relationship. And you have had a very long-term relationship. And that is not what I see. And even if it does, and even if it were, I kind of go, so what these days? I know they say, oh, exit affairs are more certain, MLCers and vanishers are, but when you say vanishers are first, I'm going to push back on that piece. It's only 6 months in from, and 6 months, I'm saying from the time of his moving out. And since you had a slow walk to that, since you weren't sure of bomb drop, and I do get that. I'm going to still say 6 months from that point. It's very hard to tell. You had an at-home MLCer for that first period. It's hard to tell. And you need a time to adjust after you separate. And for some separations, there's this period of back and forths. And you may not have that. You don't have to. But some separations there's a period of not back and forths before they start the anchor checks. Before they start to look back and change their mind, which may come a long time in, but it may not. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. And then they have a regret and then they show more boomerang tendencies. So I don't settle in on that kind of contact type before 12 months. And yes, you are 12 months from bomb drop, but because he didn't leave home. And that usually when I do that, it's from leaving home. Okay. That part is I settle on a contact type 12 months from leaving home with exceptions. Sometimes the exceptions are clinging boomerangs where they become very obvious if they're clinging. And we often know they're clinging when they're at home as well. Other than then in the beginning, they can change. But clingings have some very, very key components that we can see. So just go look up that, okay? And let me know if you have any other questions or if it's a little bit confusing. These things can be. And check out the MLC quiz. And I hope